Uganda is set to launch a second Uganda Build International Expo, which will showcase the construction and building materials sector of the country. The International Expo pertains to the architecture, building, construction, interior design and allied industry, which will provide the construction sector with a professional platform for the networking, investment and exchange of ideas and information. Housing for Humanity reports that Uganda has a shortage of 2.4 million units with 210,000 in urban areas and 1.395 million in rural areas. The housing supply is neither reasonably priced to meet the needs of the population in the housing gap, which is primarily comprised of individuals in the bottom end of the market. This has been for a while bothering the government, who have come up to address the gap, with the State Minister for Housing, Namuganza, reporting that several meetings between different stakeholders have been held to bring the matter to an end. Namuganza says that the emphasis so far has been put on land acquisition, which is a major factor in housing and construction.
Land acquisition and a holding place. What we don't want is, when we start construction of these houses, is to evict people and they have nowhere to stay. So we are going to start with model houses whereby they will become holding places. That if somebody has been staying in Kasokoso, we have done construction somewhere in a phase, and we shall do this in a phased manner, and those people are shifted to those houses. And then where they have been, for example, in the slum areas, construction takes place. If they want to come back, they can come back to those places. What we want is to avoid the previous mistakes, where people would be evicted from an area and they go and they don't come back.
Entitles like KCCA, Buganda Land Board, Kampala District Land Board, National Housing and Construction Company and the Line Ministry are said to be at the forefront of the move. The initial stage will see construction of semi-permanent houses, which will accommodate the relocated population to pave way for the construction of these units.
We were so glad that Buganda District Land Board, the Uganda Kingdom, has accepted to partner with us, because some of these lands where you see slums, they don't belong to government, they are not public, but they belong to Uganda Kingdom. So the Uganda BRB, Uganda Land Board, fronted by the Uganda Kingdom, they are with us in these discussions, and they all agree that really we should address the housing concerns by eliminating all these slums to put up better accommodations for Ugandans, and they own them at the cheapest price possible. And that's why I hinted on the research which has been done from 35 million, 50, 70, 80. And that will be shared more with time to come as we continue with the discussion.
State Minister Namuganza added that as a ministry, they have come up with policies and strategies for the National Housing and Cooperative Company for 10 to 15 years for all individuals who will be able to afford the houses.
Government is planning to put money in the National Housing Finance Bank. That money will be lent out at a very low cost, just like how we have seen this bank, the UDB. Yes, and they have said that if people now who want to get loans, soft loans, to go and do their own construction, His Excellency the President directed that we take a paper where we are capturing all those ideas, so that again, like how we are doing with UDP, then we inject money again in the National Housing Finance Bank, so that people can get soft loans to do their own work construction.
Uganda has witnessed an impressive real estate boom that has changed the region's skylines, transforming its landscape. Uganda is expected to register a compound annual growth of 6.4%, and the construction industry contributes over 12% of Uganda's gross domestic product and has witnessed steady growth for the last few years. And despite the recent upsurge in inflation, the sector has remained on the steady path of the growth and development.